Welcome to another edition of Northern Heat. My name is Bob Lennon, President of ThermalWood Canada, host for the show, and our special guest today, Don Gibson. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing great, Bob.
So, Don, you just started working with us a couple of months ago now. Is it that long?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about who you are. And you're not from here, and you've moved to this area. So let's just talk about who you are and why you moved here in the first place.
Well, my wife and I were living in Southern Ontario, and we just decided that we needed a change. And we had no idea what we were going to do, but we had some friends that we knew there that were originally from the Bathurst area.
Okay.
And they recently moved back a couple of years ago. And so we decided that we'd come and give it a go. So we packed everything up into a truck and hit the road. And here we are.
So you moved here when last year or this year?
It was this year in March.
Okay, so still kind of spring, a little bit of snow on the ground.
There was still a little bit of snow, yeah.
Well, with the weather that we've had this summer and this fall, I expect that we might get a little bit more snow this year than we did last year. We're going to pay the price somewhere along the line.
Well, the weather for the summer and fall, even in the spring, has been probably one of the best years I've had for being able to enjoy the outdoors.
No, you're absolutely right. So, you moved here because of friends, so that's a good thing. So what have you noticed from our region? Because, I mention that often, and we talked about it before the interview, that sometimes because we live here, we just can't see the forest for the trees. And so we don't acknowledge what we have in our own backyard. So from your point of view, coming from Ontario and moving here, what did you see?
Well, the biggest difference I've noticed is the people. A lot more welcoming, and everybody we've met has been, very friendly. We heard welcome to Bathurst. Every time we met somebody, they found out we just moved here. So that was encouraging. The scenery is gorgeous. Being able to walk down, along the harbor, downtown, it's nice having the little festivals that the town puts on.
Yeah.
Lots of little things I think that add up that make a big difference in living in a heavily populated area.
Yeah, and that's the point too. It's heavily populated. If you get to Toronto and stuff, and in that area, for me, there's too many people and too much traffic. Here, our traffic exists on St. Peter's Avenue between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So if you can manage to stay out of that time zone, you're okay.
I did run into one traffic jam in the summertime. They were fixing potholes, so a few streets were closed. And must have waited at least 5 minutes to get through to downtown.
Yeah, potholes. We won't get into that story. This interview could go on for a lot longer. But one of the things too that you mentioned is that your family or your group has grown since you've been here.
Yes. Well, my sister decided shortly after she found out we were coming that she was going to put her place up for sale, and she wanted to come and live here as well. Her daughter, who at the time was living in the United Kingdom, who probably knows more about Bathurst than most of the residents because she's done her research, has now recently just arrived.
So, that's incredible. So
she's going to buy a house here and try to, set up shop as well. So.
Oh, excellent. So does she have a job already, or she's going to figure that out as we go through?
I think she's just going to, play it by ear and see what happens. Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. And how long was she in the UK?
Oh, at least 25 years, I think she's been there.
Okay, so she wasn't over there just on a small period of time. She's been there for 25 years and now has decided to move, period.
She was in Canada through school, I think, through university, and then after that went back to the UK. So she's been there quite a while, and she's been to visit a few times here and there, but now she's here for good, so it's great.
Well, this is good news. It's I always look at this as being there's opportunities here that a lot of people miss, but when you come from outside, you see them, and it looks like you've seen some of them, and you've passed on that information to your family, and now you've got your families growing, and having your family around you. That's also a big thing too. Something happens, you need support groups, you need people around you, and at the same time, Christmas is coming, so it's always good to have them, so you don't have to travel anywhere.
But, well, the people that we've met here have also treated us as if we were family. So that makes a big difference as well.
Well, that's really good to hear. So first of all, as both of us working here at ThermalWood Canada, I want to thank you for joining our family, because that's what we are. We are a family too at the same time. So thank you very much for joining our family, and thank you very much for sitting down today for this interview and sharing this information about what's so great about our region.
Well, I wish I had more to say, but I mean, it sums it up. Just I'm very happy to be here, and I wish we had made the move a long time ago.
Well, that's always good to hear. So thank you very much again for sharing that information with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So there we are. Another edition of Northern Heat for this week. Place to come to hear the stories that haven't been discovered yet.